So in this video, we are going to learn how to send Slack notification for Webflow form submission. Now suppose guys you have created some kind of site or website using Webflow and you have added some forms in that website as well. Now you want that whenever you receive a new form submission in that website or that particular form, you want to share the form responses with your team members on Slack. So let me tell you, you can actually automate this process. So in this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new form submission in Webflow, automatically the details of that exact same form submission will instantly be sent as a message on our Slack channel. Now, if you want to know how you can set up this automation, for that, you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, here we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And after reaching to this dashboard, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Webflow to Slack. And then just click on Create. Now you can see that our workflow is open over here. And in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea here is, first we have to connect our Webflow site, our Webflow account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window, so that every time we receive a new form submission, a new form response in Webflow form, automatically the details of that form submission will be received inside Pabbly Connect. Then after that, using this Pabbly Connect's automation, we are going to send those form responses as a message on our Slack channel, so that we can update our team members as well. So let's start with the process. Here in our trigger window in Choose App, we will search for Webflow. Just select Webflow over here. And then in trigger event from this drop down, select the trigger event as new form submission. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a Webhook URL. And using this Webhook URL, we are going to connect our Webflow account with Pabbly Connect over here. So to add this Webhook URL in our Webflow account, we just have to follow the help text given below over here. Just copy this Webhook URL from here and then just go to your Webflow account. In my Webflow account, I want to receive the form submission from this particular site. So we will just click on these 3 dots and go to the site settings over here. After coming to this settings page, just go to integrations. And here at integrations page, just scroll down and you can see an option of Webhook. Click on this add Webhook button. Here in trigger type, here from the drop down, select form submission, and in Webhook URL, we have to paste the exact same Webhook URL which Pabbly Connect gave us. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. And after pasting the Webhook URL, just click on Add Webhook over here. And it is done. We have successfully connected our Webflow account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window. Now every time we are going to receive a new form submission in Webflow, automatically the details of that form responses will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. So let's do this. I have this form created on my Webflow site. We are going to make a test form submission over here. For example, the name of the person is demo user. This is the email address of this person and this is a dummy mobile number. Click on submit. Now as we click on submit, this form submission is received. We have received a new form submission over here. And because we have connected our Webflow account with Pabbly Connect, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow, in this trigger window, we have received some response. And in this response, you can see the details of the exact same form submission. Here you can see the name of the form, registration form, the same form name on which we have received this form submission. Then you can see the same name of the user which they have entered while making the form submission. You can see the same mobile number and also the same email address. And we have received the date and time as well, that at what date and time this form response was captured on our Webflow account. So this means the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully connected our Webflow account with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window, and then we can see that we have received the form responses from our Webflow site in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Now here guys, there is a catch. Using this connection, Webflow is going to send the details, the form responses of each and every form which we have added on our site. So here guys, if you have created 5 forms and added 5 forms in your Webflow site, so Webflow is going to send the details of the form responses, of the form submission for each and every form over here. But guys, using this automation, I only want to send the details, the responses of this particular registration form to Slack. So here guys, using this connection, we are going to receive the response of all the forms, but we want to send the responses of this particular registration form to Slack channel. So what we can do, we can add a filter condition in our automation workflow. So we will just scroll down, come to this action window, and here in choose app, select filter over here. So we are going to add a condition in our automation workflow in such a way that if we get the name of the form as registration form, if we get this response, this value as the name of the form response from Webflow, only in that case, we are going to continue this automation workflow further, and only in that case, we are going to share the form responses on our Slack channel. If we get the responses of form submission in any other form rather than registration form, in that case, this automation workflow won't be continued further and the responses of that form submission will not be shared on Slack channel. So we are going to set up a condition like that. If you want to share the form responses of all the forms on your Slack channel, you can avoid adding this filter step in your automation workflow as well. But right now, we are going to set up this filter. After selecting filter by Pabbly, here in select label in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Webflow of the form submission. And out of all of these responses, we are going to select this label of form name over here, the label of name over here. The filter type will be equals to, and here in value guys, we have to enter the name of the form whose form responses we want to send to Slack channel. So the name of the form is registration form. The responses of this particular form we want to share on our Slack channel. For that, we are just going to copy that from the trigger window and paste it over here. So if we get the response of form name equals to this, only in that case, guys, what we are going to do, we are going to share the form responses on our Slack channel. Only in that case, this automation workflow will continue further. So here guys, after adding this filter, just click on save and send test request. And when we click on save and send test request, this filter is going to give us the condition is true. Because here guys, the label is name and we have added a filter condition that if the value of this label is equals to this, only in that case, this automation workflow should be continued further. And here in the trigger response, you can see that we have received the same value, the same form name over here in the captured response. So after adding this filter condition, let's move to the final step where we are going to share the responses of form submission as a message on Slack channel. For that, just click on this add action step button over here. And then here in choose app, search for Slack. Select Slack over here. After selecting Slack in action event from the dropdown, select the action event as send channel message. Just click on connect and select add new connection over here. Now here guys, we have to connect our Slack account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, click on this connect with Slack button. After clicking on this pop-up appears in front of us and it is going to ask us for the connection type that either we want to create a user-based connection or a bot-based connection. Now here you must be thinking, what is the difference between a user-based connection and bot-based connection? So here in this help text, there is a hyperlink. Just click on it and it will take you to a page on our forum. And at this page, you can see a complete guide, a complete difference between a user-based connection and a bot-based connection. You can refer to this page and then select the type of connection you want. For example, right now, I want to make a user-based connection, user token type connection. So I've selected user over here and then just click on save. Now guys, after clicking on save, here you can see that because we have already logged in our Slack account, Pabbly Connect has detected the same account. What we have to do, we will just scroll down and click on this allow button. And as we click on allow, we will see our Slack account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the channel. That on which particular channel on our Slack account we want to send the message with form submission. So here in this dropdown, you can see a list of all the channels which we have created on our Slack account. Out of all of this, I have a channel named as form responses. And on this particular channel, I want to share the form responses. So from this drop down, we are going to search for that channel, form responses. After selecting the channel, the next thing it asks us is the message. That what is the message which we want to send. So I want my message to be, hello team. Okay, so this is the kind of message I want to send on my Slack channel. Hello team, we have received a new form response. We are going to share the name, email and mobile number which we have received from form submission. Now here guys, in our trigger window from Webflow, we have received all of these details of the form response like the name, mobile number and email. And one by one, we are going to map these responses of form submission over here in this message field so that we can send the form submission data directly on Slack. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Like in front of name, we want to mention the name of the person received in form response. So we are going to just click here, and here in this drop down guys, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Webflow. And out of all of these responses, select this response of the name of the user which they have entered. So we'll just click here, and here from the drop down, select the response of name. And in front of name, we are going to map the name which we are going to receive from form submission. Then follow the same process of mapping for email as well. So from the drop down, select the response of email and map it. And once again from the drop down, map the mobile number as well. So in this way guys, whatever responses, whatever form submission data we are going to receive from Webflow, the same details will be sent as a message on our Slack channel as well. So this is the kind of message I want to send on my Slack channel on every form submission with the details of form response. If you want, you can basically create any message of your choice. After message, it is asking us for the image URL and image alt text. So using this action, if you want, you can send some kind of images as well with the message. But right now in this automation, we don't want to send any images. So you can ignore these fields for now. Now after that, it is asking us for the bot name and bot icon. So if you create a bot-based connection between Slack and Pabbly Connect, then you have an option to mention the name of the bot, that what will be the name of the bot who is going to post the messages on your Slack channel. And also you can change the icon of the bot as well. You just have to enter the URL of the image which you want to set up as the bot icon. After this, it is asking us auto expand link username and channel name, reply broadcast and thread message ID. So you can basically select all of these fields according to your choice. Right now, all of these fields are not mandatory, are not required. So if you want, you can ignore these fields for now as well. And then just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you will see we have received some response over here. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the message which we have created over here with the form responses received on Webflow form, the same message is now sent on our Slack channel. So let's check it. We will go to a Slack channel, and yes guys, here you can see that the same message is now shared on our Slack channel, and here you can see the details of the exact same form submission, the same form responses as well, which we have received in our Webflow form. So here you can see that this automation workflow which we have created in this video, this automation is working perfectly fine. Now in this video guys, we have added a filter condition so that we can share the details or the responses of only one form over here on Slack. If you want to share the responses of each and every form added on your Webflow site, you can basically ignore this filter step, and then using this automation, responses of each and every form submission from your Webflow site will be sent as a message on Slack channel. Now here guys, after setting up this automation, let's test it. We are going to refresh this page and we are going to make another test form submission. This is the name, this is the email address of the user, and this is a dummy mobile number. Click on submit. So just now we made another form submission on our Webflow site form. And we will see as we make this form submission instantly within seconds, the same form responses will be shared on our Slack channel. So we will go to a Slack channel, and yes, here you can see that this message is received. Hello team, we have received a new form response. And here you can see the details of the exact same user which we have just now entered while making this test form submission. So we have tested this automation in real time, and this automation is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing. You will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can actually clone this same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestion, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.